But we're scheduled for a 12 o'clock start, and we will be bang on for the 12 o'clock start between the powerful teams here. A must-win situation for both teams.
No, but not for you, he brought it up. Not for you, he brought it up. Mina!
Come across me. Too far. That's middle.
Thank you. Not for you, he brought it up. Yeah, but he give it to Qatar for you.
Arms.
No Qatar by it.
Qatar. Ball is coming right arm around.
Yeah. Come on, man!
Ready, skip? Yeah.
It's Caribbean people.
1, 2, 1. Yeah, I get. Well, he gone.
As we have a little delay into the start of game number 22 at the Las Vegas playing field. Umpires are having a chat, a slight delay. We have
Okay, so we are here at the Las Vegas playing field. We are getting closer to the business end of the Spice Isle T10 Tournament 2024 edition. And we have two teams that are in a very precarious situation. One team must win for them to advance. So it will be a very interesting encounter here today. We have really excellent conditions out here for cricket. And I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be a cracker. We got to look and see what is happening, how the teams approach this must-win for the Cinnamon Pacers. A win will ensure that they retain the number 4 spot. The Bayleaf Blasters, a win for them would see them overthrow the Cinnamon Pacers for the 4th position going into the all-important round. So we are about to see first delivery. Gerard Noel, bang on target. He has been bowling well. I know he's eager to be in this contest today. Again, Noel just on the line of the leg stump. More importantly, he's getting the ball to drift across the right-hander. Benjamin just quite watchful so far. I know that the Bayleaf Blasters, they would want to approach this game with a little bit more caution compared to the way they approached a game that would have really brought them a bit high in the table a few days ago. So definitely they want to make sure that they get a good start. The wicket is good. Ball tends to hold up in conversation with a few of the players. Good shot. There we go. Dylan Douglas off the mark right away. He is not going to hang around. He intends to play some shots here today. And you've seen it. His first delivery phase. Just whipping Noel over backward square. 4 runs. Well, 6 runs rather. Again, just pushing into the onside. So Douglas looking to be very positive. Pacers will want to make sure that they do not allow the Bayleaf Blasters to really get away this innings. Well, in again. Benjamin just trying to use the pace of the delivery there, but this time Noel just slowing it up a bit. Again, Noel really, this morning I've seen Noel just really bowl at a pace that he has not really bowled at. For much of the season, we haven't seen him bowl that slow, Gerard Noel. So, after the first over, the Bayleaf Blasters, they are 8 without loss. It represents quite a good start for them. We keep mentioning the power play and the importance of the power play. The fielders, there's the fielding restriction that is on.
The bowler is coming right down over to you.
So Walcott will be coming from the road end. And Douglas, who's on 7, is the man facing. Walcott bang on target.
A little. Too much, too much.
So it's really a big game on here today. Will be a bit of a cat and mouse situation. As Benjamin pulls well. That's a boundary. So a good positive start there by Benjamin. He saw that this one was short. No real pace to work with. Slow the delivery. Quickly back into his wicket and pulling into the vacant wide long on area for 4. Again, he goes. This time he goes straight. Lifted high. 6 more to Benjamin. Benjamin seems to be in the mood today. Whatever has been tossed up at him, he has dispatched with this day and really looking in good form, good touch. Pacers, they will want to make sure that they contain these 2 batters. They don't want to allow the Bayleaf Blasters to get off to too much of a positive start. Walcott just losing composure there, serving up a wide delivery. The Pacers will want to reduce the extras. They really want to work hard to avoid the extras. Quick single by the pair, Douglas and Benjamin. Could have spelled disaster, but the fielder was just a little too slow to release. So Walcott with some 13 runs so far off his over. In, he bowls to Douglas. Douglas lifting this one. There's a man out there. It's only one. One delivery remaining in the second over. 22 without loss, the Bayleaf Blasters. Naughty shot by Wavell Benjamin. He goes. Really a nothing delivery. That delivery really didn't need to be played at. Got the top edge. Easy catch there for the keeper. And the Bayleaf Blasters lose their first wicket.
Good morning, Clyde. And good morning to our viewers. It's a day that is going to be loaded with a whole lot of action because, as you rightfully said, Clyde, everything to play for between these 2 teams. They are both in the middle of the table, and they both need a win today. Today it's win or go home for them as they play for positions to get into the final four to take them to the next round of the competition. The Cinnamon Pacers after 7 matches are on 6 points, and the Bayleaf Blasters after 7 matches are on 5 points. A win for either team would give them 2 points. If the game is drawn for whatever reason, of course the Cinnamon Pacers will have the advantage because they're up on head by 1 point, but don't see that happening, not today.
To play for.
We've seen Jaron Noel open the bowling on numerous occasions for the Cinnamon Pacers. Today is no exception. He's into his second over. Oh, that's gone. Immediately. Yeah, it was right up in the slot there, begging to be hit. And Douglas didn't spare it at all.
Yeah, as I said earlier, this is the slowest I think I've seen Noel bowl in this tournament. There seems to be something about slowing it up that he recognizes, but this one was just badly lined.
He was right there asking to be hit and made no mistake about it.
Come on, man, come on, man.
This time is much closer, cramping him. It's better bowling.
Good comeback.
Diligent bowling. Yeah.
Good comeback, you know. He recognized the bunks he didn't get earlier because he was not really putting the ball through.
This half of a chance here. That brings Mike and Orion to strike 29 for 1. We're halfway inside the third over. Mike and Orion has picked up some good form of late in this tournament.
Come on, shot James, man. Get it, James.
It's nowhere near it. His head was in the air. And he'd want to do better than that. He's 15 on the top scorers list, Mike Canarine. He's had a high score of 43.
Yeah, Narayan has been in and amongst the runs this season. Last season wasn't really a good season for him, but he went back and you can see that he did some extra work. I think having the amount of batters around him, the likes of Dylan Douglas and Wavell Benjamin and these guys, I think that has helped to calm him a bit so that he can focus on really staying out there and batting.
Well, must-win situation for these teams here today. Ryan John, captain, has the ball. I think he's going to come from the Riverbank end. Cinnamon Pacers have been at the top of the table earlier on, and they just lost 1 or 2 games and suddenly have found themselves fighting for a position in the final 4. The win probability has the Cinnamon Pacers finishing ahead of the Bayleaf Blasters, but it's out there in the middle that matters. Oh, he's wrapped on the pad. Loud appeal. The umpire says you're gone. And immediately, just like that, Micah Narine is heading back to the pavilion. Bowled by Ryan John. Leg before, sorry. Ryan John for 1.
Yeah, really. Just missing that delivery there, Micah Narine. crashing into the back pad. Struck him just around the knee roll. So I think that might have placed some doubt, but he's not such a tall man. So I don't think he really could measure the knee roll, in comparison to the taller players. He will be disappointed, Mike and Ryan.
It was a good ball from Ryan John. I mean, he brought it up, and your very first delivery, that's what you want to do. You want to bring it up a good length, maybe just short of a good length, to get your bearing, so to speak, and wicket to wicket, more importantly. And what happened there is he did exactly that, and Mike and Ryan missed, and Ryan John struck.
Yeah, and again he got that little inward movement, so that helped the umpire to really make a clear decision, because that was definitely going to hit a stump.
Kieran Campbell is the new batsman. Kieran Campbell, he started captain in this team at the start of the tournament, but was brutally struck by a delivery on the right side of his head a few days ago and had to sit out for at least a good full 5 days. Since then, Mike and Ryan has taken up the captaincy of the team, and he's done pretty well as captain, got a high score of 43, but he's got a lot on his shoulders. Now Kieran Campbell is back into the squad. And Ryan John is on his way to Douglas. He's bowled him. He's bowled him. Well, this is some action here. The last are just playing field. Douglas is gone. Bowl for 16. Ryan John, the man with the ball.
Yeah, John really on point this morning. This evening, rather afternoon. What is important is that apart from that short delivery that John has bowled, his 3 deliveries really has been spot on right there, asking loads of questions. Douglas looking to whip that one, just played all around it and was bowled.
Ryan John, he's going to be heading off to Dominica because he's also going to be part of the Nature Isle Dream 11 competition. That starts on the 23rd, that's Sunday coming. So he's also a feature in the CPL, Ryan John. So he's using this opportunity here to gather some good form. Good afternoon to Zico. I've been in your neighborhood for almost 2 weeks now and haven't seen you. And I can't say that I'm not disappointed. But I've seen Ryan John.
Yeah, a lot happening out there for the Cinnamon Pacers, the Bayleaf Blasters. They started well. They're still in a good position. Oh, this is the last over of the power play. So they just need to close off this over, maybe with a couple boundaries, and they can feel happy that despite losing the 3 wickets, their run rate is pretty decent.
Oh, Handel Stafford is in now to replace Douglas. Would have been a perfect delivery to the right-hander, but suppose the left-right getting to Ryan John on that delivery?
Yeah, just didn't really readjust the line. Needed. I think the intention is to really not give Stafford any room and try to get that ball coming back into him.
Better ball from Ryan John. He's picked up 2 wickets already for just 2 runs and still 2 deliveries remaining. 2 extras. 2 new batsmen at the crease early. Stafford is looking to go square the wicket, but he's caught. Well, straight down the throat of the man at the square leg. He's gone.
Yeah, Stafford will really feel hard done. The only fielder out there, he was, picked out with precision. He didn't have to do much. He just had to move around a couple of steps, and he took a relatively easy catch. Stafford really looks disappointed, I know he really wanted to put on a show for his team.
Yeah, well, I think he's got to be disappointed. I think that looked like Dwayne Walcott outside there who did the damage. Or it could be Kirsten Murray. I think it's Kirsten Murray. Yeah, he's wearing number 6. He was outside there, and he was picked out, as you rightfully said. Yeah, he was picked out with precision. And unfortunate for Stafford, but he spent little or no time outside there. He's already back inside.
Yeah, the Bayleaf Blasters continue to struggle in terms of their batting. They just seem to always be losing wickets in clusters. When they lose one, they seem to be losing quite a few at the same time.
Oh, that's a good delivery by John. Squared him up. And Ryan John must feel as a mission accomplished, even though they're early in the innings. 3 wickets coming from his over for just 2 runs. No, that's exquisite bowling, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. This is what you want in a do-or-die situation. You want somebody to just step up and really take the bull by the horn. And I think John, being the captain, has certainly done that. Now the other players on his team would be under pressure to try and keep up that sort of, pressure that he has placed on Bayleaf Blasters.
Well, the Bayleaf Blasters, they're between a rock and a hard place and still looking for a sledge, because they've been reduced to 32 for 4 at the end of the power play. And 32 runs in the power play is not bad. Losing 4 wickets in the process, well, that's horrible. And they're standing at the foot of a slippery slope on a wet day.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of sunshine on this. Well, the sun is out, so I don't know. The slippery slope, let's hope it can dry a bit. Somebody can just claw their way up that slope, because they certainly need to get up to at least 80, 90 runs.
Sherman Lewis is the new bowler for the Cinnamon Pacers. Rogers has just come to the wicket after the fall of Stafford. He's yet to score. Campbell went out. A few deliveries prior. He's on 1. And Campbell is driving. And loses his helmet in the process. But some good work out there in the deep down on the long on. Jaron Noel does the tidying up work down there. He wants to make sure and keep his helmet, Campbell. Even with the helmet, he was floored a few days ago. That kept him out of the tournament for at least 4 days. Bayleaf Blasters need him now more than ever. Nothing there. 33 for 4. Good weather conditions for cricket today. Not as it was yesterday with some heavy clouds and predominantly overcast. Today, it's a lot brighter, Rondell.
Yeah, it's really just the sort of conditions that you want to have for cricket matches. The sun is out. It's steaming out there, I can tell you. And that is where the cricket is played, in the heat.
Rogers indiscriminately just looking to go through the offside. It happens ever so often. The batsman plays a naughty shot and then he rehearses the appropriate stroke thereafter.
Yeah, you get, once you're out in the middle and you didn't get nicked off, you always have that second chance.
Well, it has beaten everybody. It has beaten everybody. Lewis has beaten everybody. He has beaten the batsman. He has beaten the wicket keeper. And he's also beaten the man down at fine leg. That's 4.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for the wicket keeper. Didn't close the legs in time. That one, slower delivery. Didn't get up at all after pitching in in front of the keeper. He just stayed low, went through the legs. Again, you want to, as the keeper, make sure, as you would say to the fielders, you want to get everything behind it.
Keepers learn to stay down. You have to stay down for as long as possible. Keepers are coming up way too early. Junior Murray, you've got some work to do, my friend. He's gotten some bat onto this one. So it's only going to be one. They wanted to attempt the second, but that surely would have been suicidal. Yeah, these wicket keepers, they're not staying down long enough. They're coming up a little too quickly. You've got to stay down, strengthening the back. Junior Murray does have a cricket academy in his name, the Junior Murray Cricket Academy. And he deals with a lot of young children, so just maybe he may want to include some of the older ones and bring them up to speed with some good wicket-keeping techniques.
Yeah, well, you will find at the academy we cater for everyone.
Oh, yes, you're a part of that, aren't you? Just a time-in from Campbell. Still trying to feel his way through. He looks a little bit tentative here on Campbell. Maybe psychologically still in that place where he was struck a few days ago. So he does look a little bit tentative.
Well, I know that him being out there now and Lewis being the bowler, he will want to exert some sort of revenge because that is the gentleman that bruised him. So, you know, most batters, when they get that opportunity, they will want to counteract whatever the bowler is feeling. But so far, he's been watchful.
He has a good temperament, too, here on Campbell. He's probably saying in the back of his mind, don't worry, I'm going to get you. A lot of the viewers on the live are supporters of the Bayleaf Blasters. I'm judging from the communique. Blasters, wake up. Make sure you make runs to defend. Blasters, come on. Nella Samuel and Giselle Campbell. Good afternoon. Don't forget you can share the live. There's no cost for sharing the live. Spread the cricket all around. New bowler coming in, Kirsten Murray for the Cinnamon Pacers. 39 for 4. And we've only completed 5 overs. Campbell has gotten some bat onto that. And it will go, yeah, it does sound as if he got some bat on it. Let's see what the umpire would say. Well, the umpire signaled buys. But runs are runs. Let's take a look at it, Clyde.
Yeah, that one into the body of Campbell. And just seemed to have hit the tie pad. And the umpire rightly so signaling 4-leg buys. But he was a bit slow in terms of getting out the way. Or if he's going to really hit that one, he was a bit rushed. So he may want to look at that. As you rightly said, it could be a bit of, you know, nervousness in terms of getting over that blow.
Well, that's confidence right there for you on the money. He drives him exquisitely. That's 4.
Beautiful. Got right out there. Got the hands through it really nicely. Beating the man there at mid-on. Beautiful shot by Heron Campbell.
Do a world of good for his confidence.
Yeah, he really does play the game hard and will want to make sure that he gets this Bayleaf Blasters team into a good position at the end of the 10 overs.
Again, he's playing above those deliveries going down the leg side. So maybe he's been deceived by the bunks coming off the wicket here on Campbell, because on 2 occasions now, while he is looking to swing down the leg side to get a little tickle onto it or to play it a little squarer, he's playing above it by some distance.
Yeah, I think he's not really judging the short deliveries well. But what I do know is that a couple of the players were saying that the ball don't always come through as quick as you think.
More leg buys. Not bad at all for the Bayleaf Blasters. They need a lot of runs here. 49 is not nearly what they would require if they want to give themselves a fighting chance against the Cinnamon Pieces.
Yeah, they need a partnership here, and one that can bring them maybe all the way up to the 10th over or close to the 10th over.
He's driven up in the air, uppishly. There's a man running in on the boundary, doesn't get there in time. Well, some anxious moments there for the Bayleaf Blasters again. And they're putting themselves under pressure because Rogers miscued the drive. And some anxious moments out in the deep.
Yeah, that's another example of what I was saying. Some of the balls are just holding up a bit after hitting the surface. And so you need to really time the deliveries properly.
Played neatly for one. Campbell playing a more leadership role outside there in the middle.
Yeah, a lot of chatter outside there. There's the determination from both teams because they know the value of winning and how important it will be.
He's gone up in the air this time. There's a man rocking back and settling on it. It looks like Ryan John. He's not going to drop it. And more excitement here. The Bayleaf Blasters are in all sorts of trouble now. They're drifting further and further away from land.
Yeah, really not what you want from the Bayleaf Blasters. And they need to really settle in. So with the over completed, I think Jason, I'm going to make way and going to allow Mr. Cummings to join you. So the next voice after Jason Skeet will be Cummings.
Yeah, well, a lot, of course, has happened within 6 overs here. The last are just playing field. And Cinnamon Pieces are right on top in this game. The pundits have shown that the Cinnamon Pieces have a fighting chance. There was a little bit of a protest outside there. Let me just bring our viewers up to speed just in case you're curious. We have not officially ended the 6th over. The umpires just signaled that the previous delivery was a no ball. So a free hit to the batsman on strike, Campbell. So another life. It was a soap opera at one time. I don't know if you remember that, Ashley Cummins. You remember that soap opera, Another Life?
Yes, I used to take a little enjoyment in looking at it sometimes.
Oh, they've got another life, the Bayleaf Blasters. Just one. He picked out the man down at the mid-on boundary. He could have played it maybe a little earlier or maybe a little later and get a boundary, but just one. So the score moves to 54 for 4 after 6. And the Bayleaf Blasters, well, they're on a slow boat to China.
Well, 24 deliveries remaining in the inning, and they need to, I guess they are thinking of 100. In the beginning, they were looking at 100, 130 plus, but at 54 for 4, with 24 deliveries left, it asks for a lot of hitting to get somewhere near 110 at least.
Ryan John has used his bowlers to perfection. He's still got one over up his sleeve. He was magnificent in his first over, picking up 3 wickets for 2 runs. And I'm quite sure that if he does hold, that will skyrocket him to the top of the average or somewhere up there. Lewis will continue from the main pavilion end. And Campbell picks him up nicely. Campbell picks him up nicely. Good work down on the boundary there. That looks like Williams. That's Dana George. Good work down there. It was on his way for 6, but Dana George is a tall man. He saved 6 for sure.
At least 5 runs. Oh, that was magnificent. A magnificent bit of fielding. Well judged.
Well, the umpires are trying to ascertain whether or not everything was legally done. Right, it was well adjudged by Dana George out there in the deep. Surely that should have been 2. Surely that should have been 2. I think Rogers was slow to get off the mark for the first one to begin with, but that should have been an easy 2.
But I don't think that he wanted to get back down to that end down there against Lewis, because Lewis is really digging that ball inside, and it is good captaincy by John to have Lewis at this time bowling to Heron, remembering that he had knocked Heron. It's always good to keep reminding a batsman when you had flew him that you are still around.
Now he wants the single. No, there.
What?
Well, look at this. If ever there was the opportunity to show luck, this is it right here.
Well, you can't ask for it better. Just what a big error made there by Cinnamon Pieces. They should have that wicket, and what a big miss. Rogers not comfortable against the pace of Lewis, you can see. And the captain is now going to have a chat with him. I think, remember, West Indies one time had to get 5 runs to win against Australia in that crucial test match. And remember, Brian Lara always asking Courtney Walsh just to keep your eyes, put your bat. Yes, West Indies did one indeed. I guess as much the captain is reminding him to keep his eyes in there, put your bat.
Just brushing the glove and going past the outstretched wicketkeeper. He was inches away from it, and the wicketkeeper knows that, oh, it was so close.
Leg by, signal by the umpire. Look, he's taking his eyes off the ball. Got to keep your eyes on the ball. The ball lifted and taking his eyes off and swinging the bat. Sherman is working up something there, and Sherman is realizing what is happening outside of there with Rogers. All not that comfortable against him.
He was nowhere near for that. Head in the air and looking to go just about anywhere, but went absolutely nowhere. And another dot delivery. Rogers, Campbell probably needs to go down again as the senior batter in this squad and have a word with him, or maybe even from distance, give him a little wake-up call, because the Bayleaf Blasters, they can ill afford dot balls right now.
Most definitely. And this should always be 2 runs. Should always be 2 runs. Some or the other, Jason, if you look at it, Rogers always trying his best to keep away from Sherman Lewis.
In this instance, he was the one looking for 2 and Campbell was hesitant. So played into the up. That should be 2. Easily it should be 2. And it does get the 2 now. So some anxious moments outside there in the middle for the Bayleaf Blasters. They've been having some lives. They've been having some chances. But they've also lost a few wickets well. And they're in a spot of a bind now, 3 overs remaining, and they're strolling along at 65 for 4.
Well, it's them and pieces. They brought back Murray. Murray could be very much a bowler who does not give away much, and they're bringing him back at this time when we're somewhat losing the sunshine. He gets the ball to move around a little bit, and Captain Ryan John at this time still looking to further squeeze Bayleaf Blasters. Very crucial time.
Murray comes and Murray goes, and that will be 4. So Rogers, a little bit airish, uppishly, but safe. Angel Gilbert, good afternoon. Avi George, I'm seeing your comment. I wouldn't say anything more than I can totally understand. He's bowled him. He's gone. He's gone. He was all over and around it. It was just a matter of time before Rogers departs. And he goes for 9.
Well, I was just trying to wonder how long will he continue trying to get on that side of the ball to hit when Murray's bowling left arm, which is getting the ball a little further away from him. Look at that, trying to get on the outside of the ball, and not a good ploy. Murray will always get that ball to go away from him, leaving the wicket wide open. And unfortunately, he has to walk back to the pavilion.
Imran Joseph goes out now for the Bayleaf Blasters. Imran Joseph does pack a powerful punch. The problem is, for the last couple of matches, his punches have not been connecting. He's been batting with a donut. And he needs to clock the center of it, because if he does make connection, generally, when Imran Joseph hits them, they stay hit. The Bayleaf Blasters would need him to come up with something magical today.
Well, they did just needing a little cameo with the last few balls remaining.
Bold.
And that's a good way to start. Wide Yorker, knowing that he likes it on the stump. Anything on the stump, he likes it there, but Murray is just playing that mind game, throwing it wide of him.
Slow delivery. No ball. Just overstepping.
Well, Murray just overdoing it, crossing the line. That's
struck. That's gone. He's teed off on him. And Joseph goes with Murray, 6 runs.
And this is just what Murray was just trying to avoid. Not to go in that area. Yes, it was in the slot, but had to keep it just a little wider from him. And that's what he's been working on. Anyway, good hit from the middle of the bat. Maximum.
.76 for 5. That 6 came off the free hit. Previous delivery, Murray was overstepping. Angel Gilbert, she was in love with that swing from Imran Joseph, a.k.a. Blacks. You could understand why they call him Blacks. It's his nickname. Both him and senior batter Heron Campbell outside there. That he knew from the minute time he heard the sound, it was going the distance. A lot of the CPEA results on the verge of coming out. Parents are anxious around the country. This is the time when you get to find out what the secondary school that your child has been selected to attend for the next 5 years. It's an exciting stage in the life of these young children, moving from the primary school into the secondary school. And those results are due. Well, it has been due for the last couple of days. Ashley Cummins, he does not have any children sitting the CPA, or do you?
No children at all doing the CPA. And always anxious to when the results is out. Being a teacher, used to be a teacher myself, and always used to be around them time. It was the common entrance. And always exciting for results.
What grade did you teach, Ashley?
It was grade 6 at the time, and then but my only teaching was the standard 7, as it used to be in standard at the time, standard 6, standard 7, and then when they bring it to the grades, I used to be in grade 6.
What was your pass rate as it relates to students passing the CPE? We're going to get to that in just a little bit. I'm digging your memory. And what was your pass rate? Your success rate?
My success rate will always be bordering 80% pass. At least in school even, I got a 1st place in the island 1 year with the 3rd place in the island. That's at the Parkley Government School.
Oh, that's a nasty delivery. Quick. Fiercely quick. It beat everybody. But Murray is just showing that he's got some fireworks in the left arm.
Well, don't try backing away from Murray. Look at this. Don't try backing away. He's going to get something at you. He has the artilleries, and he has it all around.
Primary subjects in a lot of these CPA exams as children prepare. Civics, mathematics, and English. Those are the 3 main components. Civics would comprise a little bit of everything from social studies to agricultural science to common knowledge, general common knowledge.
Definitely so. The current affairs and all the rest that go with it. Always to be a pleasure, always a pleasure to be a teacher, to know that you're building young minds.
Again. Looking to go with him. Imran Joseph, he doesn't have much variety in his strokes. He either blocks it or he sends you on your way. Those are the 2 main options that he continues to exhibit.
And the bowlers knows that, so what they do not allow him much anything within his reach. Always try to get it just a little wider, a shorter. Look at this one. Inside of it.
Well, at the end of 8, they're going at just about 9.5 for over. They're 76 for 5, the Bayleaf Blasters. The last 12 remaining deliveries would want them to look for at least 25, 30 runs, get themselves up to 100 or just over 100. Some advice for Imran from Avi George. Avi, good afternoon. And to all the viewers on the live, no matter where you're looking at, to those of you on the various YouTube channels, good afternoon to you as well. Can't monitor every one of them, but I know that you're there. My producers continue to slip me these little voice notes, these little texts as well, letting me know who's listening from where and who's viewing from what part of the globe. Today we're also joined by Justin Hector. Slower delivery wide outside the off stump and penalized. Hector will join us in a little bit at the start of the second innings. He's been monitoring the situation. He's going to give us his assessment on the batting of the Bayleaf Blasters when he does come. And,
not a strong start by Ryan, but the idea, the thinking is there. Just want to take it a little further away from the batters, don't allowing them to get the opportunity in the slot.
Slower delivery and picked nicely, and that should beat the man outside there running around. He's not going to get it. That's a good 4. Well struck, well played by Campbell. 4 runs.
Well, Campbell is that batsman who knows all the trick that the bowlers will try. If you look, he got into the wicket and they'll try to lift it. He did not actually get it the way he wanted it, but yeah, fortunately he got it down to the boundary for 4. Let's see what Ryan will do.
It's gone again, but just one. Oh, well, this is trouble here now. He's got to run, Heron Campbell. Well, they missed just about everything. But Heron Campbell was running there, gasping, heart in his hand.
I think that sometimes the seaman pacers are just too casual in the cricket. They have to be a little more assertive in the cricket. Some misses just in the time when they seem to be mounting the pressure and they're just releasing it. Got to be more assertive.
Slower ball from Ryan Campbell and picked up nicely by Campbell. Just one. They're thinking about the second. Well, this time he's gone. Yeah, well, this time he's gone. He couldn't have turned back. He was caught deep in the ocean without a canoe and a paddle, and he was batting the waves for life.
Well, it was a good inning by the captain, but it was just unfortunate when I was just saying that the cinnamon pieces were just a little bit too relaxed in the cricket. They have gotten that run out with Campbell backing away just too far, and the throw was just right. Getting the wicket of Campbell. A very good, important wicket to get at this time. 83 for 5. Joseph is still in there. And Ryan continues to take the ball away from the batsman.
The umpire is not going to signal why that one moved away. It's 84 for 6 after 8.5. Ryan John, he's into his second over. His first over went for just 2 runs, picking up 3 wickets. They've picked on him in this over. He's gone for 9 so far, total. 7 runs, but 9 runs actually. Coming off. So over he's in a bit of bother. What is he going to do now? He's in search of wicket number 4. Slow delivery down the leg side, and they're going to get one. Joseph should employ a little bit more timing and finesse, and he would have gotten a whole lot more there. Your thoughts, Ashley?
Yes, definitely. Ryan saw that he was backing away, so put it on him, followed him, and he just couldn't do anything. Cannot get under it, because as we rightly said, it's 2 things that he does. Either he step forward or he stays there and have a swing. Very little foot movement, and the Ryan John knows that, so he's just going to follow him.
It's a really lovely outfield, isn't it, here at Lassages? This is the ground that the 2-time world javelin champion Anderson Peters trains on.
Very nice ground to work on. Not very much distraction.
Slower delivery, beaten for pace. So the new batter, Joseph, he's beaten all round.
Well, it was a very good delivery. The last delivery, Ryan Ball light up the batsman's eyes, but it was nowhere near hitting that ball. Having a swing, and the over come to an end with 86 for 4. Needed to get some 16 runs still to get to 100, which could be a good challenging score here for the Cinnamon Pieces.
You said the over you said the over came to an end.
Oh no, it's got 3 deliveries still remaining. I'm sorry about that.
It had me wondering for a minute there, Ashley.
The movements on the field, just looking at it, they said catch me. So there is a lot of communication going on with Cinnamon Pieces out there. Yes, the over had come to an end. The final over.
Dana Georges lining up to bowl the final over.
And this is what he had been doing. Most of the games his team had played.
Cinnamon Pieces would count themselves very fortunate because they missed a couple of easy runouts and still in a commanding position in this innings, limiting the Bayleaf Blasters to 85 for 6 after 9. He's picked it up. Yeah, he's picked it up all right. And when he picks it up, it stays up. That was low and it traveled like a bullet.
Well, it was short. It was outside the line of a leg stump, and it was asking for that. Look at that again. Outside line of shot and asking just where he needs it, and just give it what the doctor had ordered. A very good shot there from Joseph. 91 for 6. And this seemed to have gone very far away. The umpire is coming out with the box or ball so that one could be frozen to continue the inning. Yes, when you get a good gift in the month of June. Today is the 6th, the 19th of June. And if I could remember, is it a historical day for Grenada? Bomb blast, something like that? The 19th of June?
Based on the amount of calendars that you would have seen in your lifetime, you would have been able to tell us that for sure. Yes, the 19th of June, bomb blast, the Queen's Park. That's a part of Grenada's history. And of course, it was another dark day, but a lot of folks still walking around with the injuries to show and reminisce. And some folks would have gone to the great beyond. Again, looking to pick it up, but can't too well. Some good work out in the deep. That looks like Saint-Hilaire. Just saving a few runs. Yeah, on June 19th, the bomb blast, there was a song even composed in honor of it.
Yes, I think it was Flying Turkey who did this.
Cecil Belfort, he's an ardent cricket fan as well.
Well, he need to take it wider from him. What will he do this time? No, you cannot go inside of there.
And I think he's going to continue.
He got to just have to keep running.
So with 3 legal deliveries remaining, 94 for 7. They're on the verge of getting 100. A lot of it would depend on Kelshan Andrew, who's coming out. Kelshan Andrew, he's coming out with a long handle. And outside there with him, he's got Belfort. So 2 new batters at the crease, Nyron Belfort and Kelshan Andrew, both on 0. And the Bayleaf Blasters would love to get to the landmark of 100. They're 94 for 7 and 3 legal deliveries remaining. I'm not a betting man, but Ashley Cummins, if you have to place a bet, what would you say, 100 or not?
Well, we just got to wait and see what will happen.
That's a politically correct answer. If you have to place a bet, what would you say, 100 or not? He stays silent. That means he pleads the 5th. If I'm a betting man, I would say 100. The call is 2 from the inside. Let's see. Yes, and 2 comes comfortably in the end. So they've moved to 96. And 2 legal deliveries remaining. 96 for 7. Andrew just went out and faced his first delivery. Dana George has been very tight in situations like these. It's just getting away from him. 11 runs coming off of him already. Goodbye run. So 1 more to the total. 97. 1 more delivery remaining. Still not willing to place a bet, Cummins?
Yeah, that's middle. Thank you. Coming around. Bola. What's funny, Bola? Come and left, come around to you. You go on left. Finish good, eh? Don't go against the plan. It's 10-15.
Final delivery. He picked it up. Is it going to go the distance? No, it's not. 1. They're coming back for 2. And they will get it. So they end on 99. 99 for 7, the Bayleaf Blasters, after 10. And Dana George going for 13 runs of the last over. Ryan John finishing with figures of 3 for 11 off his 2. And only 4 batters in double figures for the Bayleaf Blasters. Heron Campbell, 20. Douglas, 16. I've got a couple of 12s. But save and accept that. Everyone else, low figures, 99 for 7. Gettable or not by the Cinnamon Pacers?
Well, they just have to apply themselves. The mindset, always very important in run chase. The bowlers will have to stick to the plan. The batters will have to bat deep. It is quite gettable, 100 runs, 10 runs per over. Just have to play it and play it with the intensity that it needs to be played with. Well done by the both teams outside of there. Bayleaf Blasters coming back after I was in a state of bother. Cinnamon Pacers, I thought they had bowled well, even if there had been some laps, but they were able to get the Blasters under 100 runs. Although psychologically, 100 to win, it's a good ploy for the challenging team. So they will have to bat deep. They will have to ensure they put away the bad balls, run the singles. As I said earlier on, the mindset is very important in that chase.
Right, so they've gotten to 99 for 7. The Bayleaf Blasters, the Cinnamon Pacers was an even 100, as you said. Yes, it could be a challenge. Let's take a look at the bowling figures quickly. The Cinnamon Pacers in the wickets column, Ryan John standing out, 3 for 11 off his 2, 1 apiece from Walcott and Murray, and a couple of runouts, bringing them to 99 for 7. We will have the chase when the Cinnamon Pacers look for an even 100, because a chance in the final 4, is at stake when we return. The chase we will have. Well, the Bayleaf Blasters, they've been limited to 99 for 7. And nothing to really write home about, save and except a couple of good knocks from Heron Campbell and Walcott and Imran Joseph, who belted 1 or 2 when he made connection. But more so good news for the Cinnamon Pacers, who depended on their captain Ryan John, who ended up with figures of 3 for 11 off 2. And he started his first over with 3 for 2. Very good economy rate for him in this game. And the Cinnamon Pacers now looking for an even 100 to win. And Justin Hector has joined us in commentary. Justin, good afternoon and welcome to T10 2024.
Hey, good afternoon, Jason. Good afternoon, viewers, wherever you're enjoying this broadcast from a picturesque just playing field.
All right, so I just want to let you know that the opening batters going out for the Cinnamon Pacers. Nkosi Saint-Hilaire. It looks like Regis. It looks like Rondell Regis.
Yes, it is Rondell Regis and Henry.
So
Henry, of course, from St. Lucia. It's really a good mix of players. We got players from St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, of course, Dominica.
they're in search of an even 100. What is at stake is a spot in the Final Four. Both teams in a very precarious position and needing the 2 points. The Bayleaf Blasters, after 99 for 7, will be looking to limit the Cinnamon Pacers under that. And let's go. The action has started. Belfon immediately on target. And Henry is drama early. They steal a single. But if this start is an indication of what's to come, then strap yourselves in, because it is going to be an exciting one.
Of course, when the scores are like they are, as a filling team, you need to protect the ball a lot more. You have to ensure you do not give away extra runs, because all of this could come back to haunt you at the end of the game.
So Nyron Belfon is the opening bowler. He's got Rondell Regis ahead of him. Spot on. Good bowling to start by Belfon. He can lose his shape a little bit, but he's maintaining a good line and length so far.
Lots of chatter out there. Of course, led by the wicketkeeper well behind the stumps.
He's picked him up. He's going to go. Does it carry all the way? Yes, it does. Yes, wait for the signal from the umpire. He says that's a maximum. So Henry has picked up Belfon and sent him on his way.
Yes, very good shot. A lot of wrist involved in the shot. And of course, a shot too that so easy on the eye. Just simply picked it up and flicked it over backward square.
He's gone with him again. This is going to be more runs here. Yeah, a good feeling out in the deep. So good running, a good work out in the deep. Nyron Belfon will have a lot of work to do. His best figures are 2 for 12. And he's already gone for 11 in his first 3 deliveries.
Of course, bowling into the pitch for most of the over so far. And Henry has been, and Regis has been up to it so far, which was a very good save on the boundary by Dante Alexander. Of course, the tall man doesn't have to make many strides to cover grounds.
More runs here.
And of course, more work for Dante Alexander out on the offside. And he did pretty well again, limiting the batsman to 1.
So they're going at just under 14 and a half. And what is required is just above 9.5. So they're well on target here, the Cinnamon Pacers, but we've seen in this game of cricket how quickly tides change, moods change, weathers change, game change. That's why they call it the game of glorious uncertainties, because with every change, it brings a fortune to someone and a misfortune to another.
Indeed.
Loud appeal. The umpire is not buying it. He's not buying it. Belfon is lucky to get away there. I think it just grazed over the leg stump, but the umpires have been particularly harsh. Walk us through this one.
Yes, it was pretty close to bat and glove down the leg side, and there was a slight deviation. One is not sure whether it came off the thigh of the batsman. It's a pretty close thing, though.
I think that's why maybe he got away, just have brushed the hip on the way through. That brings up the end of over number 1. 12 without loss. Cinnamon Pacers in search of an even 100. Cummins said he's not a mathematics person, but I'm quite sure he would have jumped onto that one. It's easy to take away 12 from 100. We've got viewers in Connecticut and Orlando, Washington, the Caribbean folks all around the globe. We use the opportunity for cricket, to view cricket. Big one coming up later on tonight. The West Indies and England. I'm tempted to ask you, what side are you leaning on, my friend?
Well, I mean, I'm very, very West Indies, of course. I have to go with West Indies.
He's flashing outside the off stump and nothing there for him. Nyron Pascal, the experienced Pascal.
And not because I'm West Indian, though, but I think our boys are playing pretty good cricket. I love the brand of cricket that they're playing at the moment. And of course, the conditions in St. Lucia. If anything is to go from what we've seen from the pitch so far in the past, I think it will. But I think it will be an exciting game anyway. Probably high scoring.
Fishing again, just pulling away at the last minute. But Nyron Pascal coming in this time, getting a little lift. The batsman, Regis, just getting a whiff of the leather.
Yes, of course, Nyron Pascal from the past generation. Sean Neil Regis from the modern group, the latest group of cricketers coming through. And of course, Nyron has a wealth of experience, having been a West Indies fast bowler in his own rights.
Firmly driven, full face of the bat, up to mid-off. Would do good for his confidence, Regis. Doesn't need to be too explosive. Not yet, anyway.
Especially against the wise old head of Pascal, who would have seen all of this before, and probably a bit more.
Nyron Pascal not in the top 20 bowlers in the tournament, but he's maintained good line and length. something is...
Gotten hit.
He was brutally struck there by Pascal. Pascal did put Henry in a blender, turned him around, and fell to the ground. Sounds like something.
Boy, struck pretty close to the chin area. But we'll be able to look at it a little closer, but quite a hard knock it seemed. Sustained there by Henry. Probably will see it better now. But it's always unfortunate when batsmen are struck in that manner. Yes. Like flush onto the grill. Of course, he went down in a heap. It's really...
They're calling for some assistance. Maybe they're going to have to bring him out. Cinnamon Pieces wouldn't want to take any chances to keep him outside there. They're in a pretty good position so far. We're only inside the second over. They're 13 without loss. An even 100 to win. A further 87 required. But they've got some depth in this batting, the Cinnamon Pieces. So they would probably want to pull him off and allow him some time. If he has to come back, then he will. But
never a good idea when he has to be helped to his feet. Of course, the physio is out there, and he would have gone through all the concussion tests. In fact, he's leaving, and not surprising at all. He seemed to be just touching his around his stomach area. Could have been struck somewhere around the chest, and probably the ball just going onto the helmet. But he seems quite groggy. He doesn't look very strong coming out. Looking some distress, really. It's really touching his just around the left side of his chest. He really found himself in a very awkward situation, a very awkward position in trying to deal with a short ball from Dylan Pascal, who still packs some pace though.
Well, that's what you get when experience meets head-on youthful exuberance.
He really doesn't look too good on his feet though, but I think he will get through it. I think it's all part of the game. I think also that will tell him something that he needs to do a little work on his technique in terms of playing fast bowling. He didn't keep his eyes on the ball, of course, and so these young players need to do some work as far as the techniques are concerned, and to avoid being struck in that manner.
But Kieran Kotoy comes out to the middle. Kieran Kotoy from the island of St. Vincent, and he's come out to bat at number 3 for the Cinnamon Pacers, and they would need him. Please spend some time outside there. He has not gotten off to the kind of start that we know he's capable of. Maybe this could be his day. Full delivery, lobbed in the air. Kieran Kotoy is gone. Well, Neelan Pascal has turned up today.
Of course, Kotoy will be so disappointed with that. One of the senior pros in the team, it was really a nothing ball. Probably the ball may have just dipped on him. It was a full toss, and all he could have done was to push it into the hands of the Barnett Madoff. And of course, as I said, Pascal, who may not be as fast as he used to be, but still does have a pretty wise head on his shoulder. And of course, Kotoy coming to replace Henry, who was struck, probably not quite settled in the mind, and therefore he came and he had to go. And he too seemed to be decapacitated a bit, limping quite a bit. So whether he wants to attribute that to his dismissal is another story. There's quite a bit going on out there, though.
He's a funny chap. He's just clunging around. He's just having fun. Kieran Kotoy.
Right,
he's just
off.
having fun. He's just having fun. It's good to see that he enjoys his cricket no matter what, no matter the circumstances. 13 for 1, Cinnamon Pacers. So Ryan John, the captain, goes out to lead this charge for the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers, they've had one man back in the hut because he was struck. That's Henry. And they've got Kieran Kotoy back in the hut. He was caught by Joseph of the bowling of Pascal. 13 for 1. And if ever you're looking for an eventful game, this is it.
There could be some problems there for the batting team. Ryan John, probably who is the best of the lot, is probably will think that he's out there a little bit earlier than he really wanted to. So a lot will depend on him.
It's turned nicely by Ryan John. Exquisitely timed, 4 runs, just using the pace of the bowler. That's gone for 4.
Yes, very easy. Just coming across and tucking it off the hips. And it went away with the pace of the bowler. It went away. In fact, he came off the middle of the bat. So the fielder probably just having about 5 meters to move to his right. Couldn't get his hand to it because it was so well timed. And Ryan John got off the mark in pretty good style. And certainly that will certainly help the cause of the Cinnamon Pacers.
Well, after 2, the Cinnamon Pacers are 17 for 1. Restrictions are still applied because the power play have 4 overs. Those 4 overs halfway there. So, Cinnamon Pacers, the start of over number 3. Again, good bowling by Joseph, just tempting the batsman pulling away at the very last second. He has to preserve his wicket. He has to be watchful more than anything else, hasn't he?
Yes, indeed. And Belfon is fairly tall. And in fact, the both bowlers, they're really tall and extracting quite a bit of bounce. In fact, one of the things we can say about the pitch, though, is that it has played very well. There was always something in it for the spinners and also the fast bowlers. And the batsmen have shown too that they can play the strokes. And that's what you want in a pitch. That's what you want in a tournament of this nature.
He's going to be penalized for that. We're just looking at some of the stats. Kurt Murray, Andre Fletcher, and Ruel Williams, all at the top of the bowling with maximum wickets of 9 apiece. And Fletcher is going to be in action today as well. So he would want to use the opportunity to pick up a wicket or 2. He's also up there in the runs as well. I think he's in the top 5 in the most runs. He's picked that up nicely, hasn't he? That's gone. It will go the full way. Yeah, 6 runs.
So this is what Regis has brought to the game so far. He has been pretty successful so far during the tournament. Had a couple very good scores, some good hitting during the time he was there. And I think Cinnamon Pacers will look to him. And it will be interesting to see how the left-right combination will affect the lines of the bowlers. And of course, Regis, who is facing now up to Belfon. I think you look at these matchups, the lefty to the lefty, and Belfon being the type of bowler who normally push the ball across the right-hander. He will now be coming into the left-hander and who will be hitting downwind most of the time. So that's something to look at. Well, he too is in distress, Belfon. Now the bowler is down. So it's been it will be a pretty busy time for the physio this morning, it seems. One really didn't seem, it wasn't, not like, you can't say probably it's a muscle problem or something of the nature, but he's really down for the count. Almost like we're looking at a boxing match, 2 heavyweights, and been struck with a heavy body blow, and down you goes.
They're going at a current rate of 10.5. What is required is just a little bit under 10, so they're operating there or thereabout for the 76 required. Just 2 overs and 2 deliveries, and it seems like an eternity out there. We were speaking a while ago about the batting cards and the leaders in the batting column. Anil Matthew is out in front with 169 runs, and what's interesting is that he had a high score of 39. That tells me that he's been very consistent in and around the 30s or thereabout, Anil Matthew, because he's played 7 innings, just 1 not out, but he's leading in the run scoring with a high score of just 39. Shadrach Descartes, however, who's right there behind him, has a high score of 169. And he's just about 11 runs adrift of the leader.
So Belfon is up and down again, and he too will be leaving the field. It's pretty hot out there, very, very hot indeed. But it's not very clear as to what has happened to him. He was just given some form of liquid. He was up and he has to leave, and substitute has come onto the field. The pace at which we're going, we probably will end up with 2 or 3 guys on the field.
Well, our friends at the Met Office have indicated that today we're going to max out to 32, and with it being just around the middle of the day today with just about 1:34 local time, we're at that peak right there, maximum of 32. No real threat of rain today, but what's important is that outside of the shade, the real feel is like 37 degrees, and that means that it's going to be a scorcher all the way through. No real threat of rain in all parts, and a whole lot of sunshine. It's going to be waxing hot outside there today.
Well, we are not, the breeze isn't actually gushing through the room where we are. We don't know what's like at the ground level. You can look at the advertising, the advertisers' flags, and just not flapping too dramatically, almost limp.
Oh, that's exquisite. That's B-A-U-T full by Regis. 4 more.
So Sheldon Dus Regis, you've had some form, as I said earlier, and certainly need to show that form here in partnership with his captain, Ryan John. Of course, it was a magnificent shot outside the off stump. Of course, allow him to free the arms, and the old square cut being pulled out of the draw. It's one of the most exciting shots in cricket, of course. Made famous, you would associate with guys like Gordon Greenidge, the Gordon Greenidges and so, with those savage square cuts. It's always a lovely thing to see that.
Well, he's picked him up again. Does it have the legs on it to go all the way? Yes, it does. 6 runs. So Chandel Regis has put his foot on the accelerator now. 6 more.
Well, it would not be a very long chase if Regis really gets going in company with his captain, Ryan John. Remember, it's only on 100 that he has to score. And so far, they're 34 for 1. Getting there and getting there quite quickly.
So Andrews going for 10 already. He's gone with him again. Square the wicket. 6 more. Well, look at Chandel Regis go.
Yes, almost in the identical position that he played the square cut, only that this time he didn't bother to keep it down. Struck it high, up and over, and it went all the way for 6. As I said, really hunting that total down at a pace. And we expect that from these 2 batsmen. They're really batsmen who love to hit the ball, and given that type of room for them to free the arm, I think it will be welcomed by them.
The umpires just confirming that it was 6. We saw it clear from the commentary booth, but from his vantage point, he needed to do what's right and just clarify it. So, more work for Andrew here now. He's teed off, but does it have the legs? It doesn't seem that way. There's a man settling under it, and Douglas takes the catch. So the Cinnamon Pacers 40 for 2.
Yeah. And probably just drunk in honey. Of having struck Andrews for a couple hefty blows. This time Andrews pretty wise though, bowling it a lot fuller and a lot wider, asking the left-hander to fetch it from wide outside the off stump. And Regis accepting the invitation, but all he could have done was toe-ended it up into the air, and in the end being caught easily there by Douglas.
Shakim Charles still to come, and I meant Henry, he's gone. Ryan John is outside there. Forsyth still to come, but they've got Nkosi Saint-Hilaire. They've got a lot of batting in this squad, the Cinnamon Pacers. They're very deep in their batting. Nkosi Saint-Hilaire, who would normally open the batting, he's coming in now, and the Cinnamon Pacers would need him to steady things and still be his explosive self. Nkosi Saint-Hilaire.
Yes, and there's a change in batting positions for him. I think changing strategy by the Pacers. And it will be very interesting to see how he goes. He's one who would probably eat a couple deliveries up to just get set. So we'll see how he goes. He's not under pressure because there has been a pretty brisk start by the Pacers.
Pascal is back into the attack. He's heading to Ryan John. Ryan has lived just angling that ball off the hip. He was looking to score, but no ball signal. But he's lived by just getting inside of the line and trying to angle it down the leg side. He can free the arms, but he has not just yet. Nkosi Saint-Hilaire, he's 7 on the leaderboard as it relates to runs being scored. First up, he has a free hit. Best score of 45 for him. He can be brutal, Nkosi. Let's see what Pascal does. Oh, welcome to the Nkosi Saint-Hilaire driving school. That was driven sweetly. It deserved more than the single. But oh, it was driven sweetly.
Just couldn't, probably the length was pretty good by Pascal, not allowing Nkosi to get underneath the ball, which he was trying to do, and therefore couldn't get the elevation he wanted. And all he could have done was just strike it down the ground, and of course the umpire having to skip out of the way. And a single was all he could have had. It's a good comeback by Pascal.
Oh, well, that was sweet. That was beautiful by Ryan John. That's an exquisite cricket shot.
Yes, it was, well, we call it deft touch. Just a delivery outside the off someone. Almost that it has gone past him. The latest of cuts. I think somewhat reminiscent of a great Brian Lara playing it off the glove of the wicketkeeper. And it went carrying away down to the third man boundary for 4. Beautiful shot. Again, it's another part of the game which has entered into the game of Ryan John. Of course, his aim is to become that 360 player.
He was calling for 1 there, but Saint-Hilaire was not interested, not in the least. Ryan John probably thinking that there was 1.
It was a good ball by Pascal. It was right up there, close to the toe. All Ryan could have done was to dig it out. And of course, there was no way he could have crossed for a single there. I think they have to just settle down a bit because they're well ahead of the game at the moment. 47 for 2. 3.3 overs.
Well bowled by Pascal. But Ryan John equal to the task. 53 runs still required and a whole lot of time to get it done.
Pascal saying to Ryan John, well, I am the grandmaster. I may not hit you on the head like I did to Henry, but I'll break your bat. I'm going to dig those deliveries out.
Mike and Ryan has some thinking to do as the captain now. Where is he going to go next? He needs wickets.
He needs it bad.
The appeal goes up. They're all jubilant. They're in the air of the umpire. He is standing like a statue. He's not moved. The Statue of Liberty has moved to the lesser just playing field. Let's see.
Well, there may not have been anything there. It's passed pretty close to the bat. Maybe, if anything, just clipping the shoulder on his way, although he didn't indicate that. But pretty close one there for Ryan John. A good ball by Pascal. Very good delivery. Just over the right shoulder. That's where you want to bowl the bouncer. When you bowl the short delivery, that's where you want it to be good. Passing just over the shoulder of the batsman. And Ryan, for one moment, was almost caught out by that delivery. We caught him by surprise. Bunks and carry.
Pascal has been on song. Ball on a string. He's doing whatever he wants with it, placing it to his fancy.
Close the flag just of the advertisers, just fluttering a bit in the breeze. Because it's playing one of our favorite beverages.
Oh, well, he's gotten that just in the toe of the bat. And that catch was well taken outside there. It looks like Joseph, but it was well taken, and another wicket down for the Cinnamon Pacers.
And that's the big one. It's Ryan John who was held out. And I think, knowing Joseph, he will have quite a lot to say now that he has taken such a good catch. And maybe that's why he's nicknamed Rubber too. It was a pretty good catch. He had to come in and he had to take it pretty low. And John will be rather disappointed with the manner of his dismissal. Just surviving a pretty close call that he survived, and just in the end almost giving it away. And there can still be a shift in the game, though. Cinnamon Pacers at 47 for 3. At the end of 4, we can still see a struggle for the Pacers as they go forward. So they've lost 3, and it brings Forsyth to the crease.
Well, there's no need for them to be struggling, really, because they've got time, and they've got a whole lot of deliveries. Yeah? They've got 36 deliveries remaining to get 53 runs, and they're not short on wickets at all. It's 47 for 3, and weather is not a factor. The restrictions have been lifted because the power play has come to an end, and we're going to see what strategy Mike and Ryan is going to employ as the captain. He has decided to give the task to Dante Alexander. Dante Alexander will come from the main pavilion end. Another young lad. He's got all the energy in the world to be running in this blistering 32 degrees, feeling like 37 day.
Of course, Dante would have had a very good under-19 tournament and started well in the T10 so far. And has
That's good. Firmly struck. They get one. Surely that should have been two. Well, they've decided for it now. Maybe it's a little too late. A direct hit could have been problems, but eventually they got in. Very lethargic running between the wickets here by these two.
And untidy fielding also, I think, if anything, so far, the fielding team has been guilty of is not really protecting the ball and offering extra runs to the batting team, who really doesn't need it at this moment.
Well, Forsyth and St. Hilaire outside there, and maybe they want to carry on the business.
Yes, it's a very dangerous time for Dante, seeing the amount of bunks and pace in the wicket, probably thinking that, well, that's the way to go, and facing the consequence. Delivery being smashed hard behind point for 4. And you've seen a number of shots being played in that general area behind point, down to backward point, square cuts. And it goes to show that the wicket do possess a fair amount of bunks. And you can trust the bunks in playing those shots. So yeah, of course, object just going just flying across the pitch and picked up by St. Hilaire.
Yeah, there's always one. Now that the field is spread, they can use the opportunity to just pick up ones and twos, turn one into twos, and the loose ones they can send to the full distance.
Indeed, and it was a much better delivery by the tall, lanky, right-handed fast bowler, medium fast bowler. So it's more or less somewhere around just middle and leg. I know. All St. Hilaire could have done was to push it in the onside for a single.
Ah, that's a gone. Yeah, you heard it from up here even. Surely that's gone. He was fishing outside the off stump. Forsyth never looked settled. And immediately he's walking back. Disappointing. He's gone for duck. Cinnamon Pacers, 54 for 5.
When you're that tall, that's the length you want to be bowling on, especially on a wicket like that that has a little bit of bounce and some movement. And of course, Dante getting it right on this occasion, tempting him into the drive, and Forsyth going for the drive, the ball just leaving him a shade. And as you can see here now, just brushing the outside edge, and a big deflection into the glove of wicketkeeper. And he was gone. So another big breakthrough, and now beginning to get into the middle order. And there's where panic can set in.
54 for 4, and we're nearing the end of over number 5. A lot of work to do for Nkosi St. Hilaire. He's probably one of the, if not the most accomplished outside there. And Murray has joined him. A lot would depend on this pair. Because the state of the game now, 46 required. And they've got 32 runs to get. 32 deliveries, sorry. In the meantime, good work by South Africa. South Africa was in a nail-biter with the United States of America in the T20 Cricket World Cup. Oh, he's wrapped, but high up. And the umpire says not out. And South Africa winning by 18 runs against the USA. So the USA, a pretty decent showing, even though most of the folks on their team are not the traditional United States of America names. But getting pretty deep in the tournament, all things considered. South Africa winning by 18 runs. Flashing outside the off stump. Again, indiscriminate. And that brings up the end of over number 5. So with 30 deliveries remaining, 46 runs to get. The Cinnamon Pacers on 54 for 4. More from Hector. And then Clyde Rondell John will take us through.
So this is a very serious time for the Pacers, the Cinnamon Pacers. I think having now almost gotten into the middle of the batting, 5 overs gone at the halfway point, and with the most experienced batters in the shed, I think it will be very interesting to see how they approach the chase. There is still something out there for the bowlers. One would have seen that final delivery from Dante Alexander, which would have left the left-hander quite appreciably, and having a little swipe at it outside the off stump, didn't make contact. So Narain now has come into the attack. Let's say, welcome back.
Well, I can certainly tell you, the tension is ripe outside there. St. Hilaire just tickling this one leg by. Really, a lot would hinge on Narain and his over. He has been pretty nicely so far in the tournament. The Bayleaf Blasters, they normally would look to him to pick up some quick wickets while still keeping the pressure. And so right now, this partnership between Murray and St. Hilaire will be a crucial one.
And even a leg by would be like goal to Narain. You want to restrict the boundaries, and that's what will take the Cinnamon Pacers home. If not, as long as the single really wouldn't hurt you.
Murray striking this one down to long off rather. Ricochet, and they're going to cross for 2. A bit of complacency there from Joseph. Really, you want to be on point. You want to make sure that you be clinical, and he was guilty there.
From 0 to 0, after taking a pretty beautiful catch to get rid of Ryan John. Just mess it up a bit in the field.
Narain goes past the bat of Murray. Murray looking for the big shot, not really in a position to really hit that one the way he wants. He will be needing to play some proper cricket shot, get the foot out, you know. You want them to really do what is necessary.
Of course, there's a lot of pressure on the young man. Of course, Custon Murray is more known for his bowling than his batting. And he'll have to probably perform out of his skin today.
Again, lifting this one, Murray, over mid-wicket. And 1 bounce 4, beautiful shot. This is what he was looking for.
Yes, indeed, that's what he was looking for. And given the length on this occasion by Narain, and he was able to free the arms really and cast it over extra cover, and it went away to the boundary for 4. So you'll want quite a few more of that.
Quite a few more will be needed. They need a further 39 runs to win this game, the Cinnamon Pacers. Bayleaf Blasters, they will have a lot to say about that. Again, striking Murray, striking well. Straight, the fielders come across, they can't cut it off. Another boundary to Cutson Murray. I think he has begun to really shine his light. He's seeing them well now.
And a little mix up down there. The OFKs once again, the umpire having to dance out of the way. He probably would have done some ballet at some point in his life to get out of the line, away from the line of the ball, and down on the boundary, of course, Joseph, and almost getting in a tangle there. Luckily, they didn't collide, and the ball bisected them both and went away to the boundary for 4. Good one by Murray.
Narain. Shot. This time Murray goes high. Fielder coming in. Another wicket. A busy cameo from Murray. He needed to stay there, but importantly, the runs that he gotten would help the Cinnamon Pacers to really get themselves closer to victory.
Again, the experience of Narayan coming to the fore there, saying to him this time, let me see how you deal with one close to the shoulder. Murray, of course, didn't deal with it very well. Just getting the very high up on the bat and ballooning into the outfield to be taken for an easy catch. But he tried his best. One of the members in the under 19 tournament, of course, he would have played some pretty good innings to drive Grenada to the eventual victory in the tournament that they ended up scoring. So it's a crucial time, as I said. It's not all done yet for Cinnamon. They're 65 for 5, and that 35 runs will be like a mountain to climb as Jay comes to the crease and see what he can do.
Well, the Cinnamon Pacers, they are going at a run rate of 10.83. What is required is 8.75, so they're clearly ahead of the game. All they need to do now is to have some decent partnerships, and maybe Noel, along with Saint-Hilaire, can really help to guide them. But 35 needed, 24 deliveries, really gettable in the context of the game.
Yeah, and gettable in the sense that also that probably if it has to be gotten, these batsmen will now have to bat around Saint-Hilaire, who has probably the power, the skill, and the experience to score these runs. It's not like, wanting to be the hero when you come, but doing what you need to do and forging a partnership now with the senior batsman.
Well, it's going to be Dylan Douglas, off spinner, taking up the attack from the pavilion end. He certainly has come in and did some good work for the Bayleaf Blasters since he came in. And a lot would hinge on him here. Do or die situation. The winner will advance to the next stage. Saint-Hilaire just using the pace. They go for one. That's all they would get. So, after the over, you're going to hear from Ashley Cummins. In the meantime, we will just try to pick Hector's brain. As to Hector, where do you think it's going?
I think it's hanging in the balance. A lot will depend on Saint-Hilaire. I think as long as he's there to the end, I think the Pacers should win.
No, well, just bunting that one. They're looking for two. And will they go for it? Yes, they do. And good return just. But Saint-Hilaire was aware of what was happening. He was really out of the blocks quickly and completing an easy two.
Yes, of course, as I said, the experience of Saint-Hilaire. A nicely weighted shot. He didn't look to hit it too hard, just turned it away into the onside and gave himself enough time to pick up two. And I think that's what is necessary.
Again, Noel looking to find the gap on the onside, on the offside rather. He does have the ability. He may not be able to hit the long ball. But there he goes, cracking this one. The fielder is out there. There's a fumble. Surely they will cross for two.
Yeah, so
lots of excitement out there. You can see the fielders putting the body on the line. The batsmen, they're running helter-skelter, bat dropping. Everything is happening.
Yes, and of course, Jay is a very exciting cricketer. And he's bringing that excitement out to the middle of the moment. And the game is at a very interesting phase, a very exciting phase. 70, only 30 more, but again, we say only.
Wide delivery there by Douglas. Don't really want to be giving away these wides at this stage.
No.
Noel on the back foot. Really, the tension out there, normally we say you cut the tension with a knife, but I believe this tension, you have to cut it with a shears. Noel, through the offside. Did he find the gap? No, there's a fielder there. One is all that they would get. Good over from Douglas.
Yes.
So just 6 runs coming from it. So the Cinnamon Pacers, they move on after 7 overs. They're 72 for 5, chasing an even 100. 28 needed from 18 deliveries.
Yeah, and of course, that 30 runs, as I said, yeah, 30, 31, 29, 28 more. And if these two would stay around and play proper cricket, which is required at this stage, they should secure victory for the team. As I take my departure, and I see a well-fed Ashley Cummins standing behind my back.
Well, the Bayleaf Blasters, they would have a lot to say about the end of this game. They're not going to give up. They're going to go down fighting. They know that they have a sniff of victory, and so they will fight to the end. Narayan down the leg side. No signal from the umpire. Just brushing the paddle of the batsman on the way through. So a lot will hinge on Narayan and his over here. Very crucial over. Noel goes. Just trickling into the onside. They will get one. As
This game is getting tight.
certainly is getting tighter in the middle. There's a whole lot of tension. A do or die game here today to determine who advances. A beautiful delivery by Narayan and well played there by Saint-Hilaire. Really, that was an awesome delivery. And this is what Michael Narayan is known for. He bowls wicket to wicket. Really, if you miss, he's going to hit.
Well, at this time of the game, the game and the tournament, it's a lot of experience that he's using outside of there. And he has really bowled a good delivery. Dig hard to get it out there.
No, looking to go big. Inside edge, they look for one, and that's all there would be. So Narayan doing some really good work so far, not really giving away anything. The current run rate, 9.78, the run required, 10.71. So we see a flip in terms of the rate they're going.
Noel looking to get it hard and high out of the ground. Narayan would not allow this. At this time, Uzi Saint-Hilaire, what is his thoughts?
Again, good delivery from Narayan. Yorker length and dug out by Saint-Hilaire.
Just showing the class and the experience of Michael Narayan. The captain, the leader on the 15, the captain, the leader on the 19s, and he has relatively played some fine cricket, remembering him in Dominica bringing home championship for Grenada, also in Trinidad when the winner tournament was held in Trinidad. After Hurricane Ivan, he was captain and won the tournament, so he has some experience.
Again, looking to bowl a wicket-taking delivery. Really outstanding over. No boundaries in that over from Narayan. I think this, as we were saying, this would be a very crucial over. I think it has just tilted the balance towards the Bayleaf Blasters.
Definitely so. Bayleaf Blasters have to get some big ones. And for the remaining 2 overs, they have to play sensibly because the Bayleaf Blasters, they are not going to give up this easily. Michael still has, I think, the final over to be bowled. No, he has completed the spell. Okay. So, it's very interesting. They are on.
So after over number 8, the score 77 for 5. 2 overs remaining, 23 runs to get. Very much gettable. The game is in the balance. Who will advance? That is the question. We'll take some sensible cricket from here on in. Douglas with the ball. Douglas bowls to Noel, looking to bunt it over the head of Alexander, and it goes for 6. Really a blemish there by Dante Alexander, and 6 runs to Noel. This significantly has eased the pressure on the Cinnamon Pacers.
Definitely so. Something has to happen, and that happened. He should be right back on the boundary at this time.
Really a bad miss there by Alexander. Ball going for 4. Really thought it went for 6 there, but he took some time in getting around. He was at wide long on. Noel hitting a little bit straighter, so he had to move across, but really couldn't find his feet and allowed the ball to go through his hands. A big miss there, 83 for 5. Noel flinging that one through, just flipping it through to the man there at the shot. Fine leg. Anything to the left or the right certainly could have brought some runs.
What's a good start? 5 runs of the first 2 balls.
Douglas. St. Hilaire just missing that one there. Luckily for him, he didn't make proper contact because there are 2 men out patrolling the onside boundary. Goes well. Did he find the gap? Yes, he has. 4 more runs to the Cinnamon Pacers. So Nkosi St. Hilaire bringing up a very important 4 runs. Really good effort from the fielder, but he couldn't stop it. Another twist.
We have some runs coming of this over thus far, and it's really a good over thus far for Cinnamon Pacers. Nkosi St. Hilaire just have to keep eyes in there, play with the patience, and just back himself with the mindset, and he can get it home. You've got to be mindful that Douglas is bowling well.
St. Hilaire, this shot again. Looking to hit down. Pressure on the fielders there. That's good batting from the pair out there. Putting pressure, just hoping that there would be a fumble. So good pressure being applied by the Cinnamon Pacers, but so far, Bayleaf Blasters, they have absorbed the pressure. Shot delivery, hitting the keeper. Well, at the end of over number 9, the total 87 for 5, the Cinnamon Pacers. They require 13 of the last over.
This game had really built itself up nicely, and who will be going the final over? So the thinking taking place outside there. Douglas had finished, Narayan has finished. The game the balance I want to still believe. Pacers has wicket in hands. The ability of the batsman to get the runs is of paramount importance at this time. As we are going to see the new bowler, Joseph. So Joseph will be bowling the final over.
Well, the skipper has entrusted the final over to Imran Joseph. Joseph quite PC. It seems like he has changed his mind. And it does seem like Dante Alexander is going to bowl the final over.
ball. It just cannot give width to Nicosi Sentile outside the off stump. And anything in the slot, I want to believe Nicosi going to be going down the road sharply. So, it's a very keen and exciting game. As it is now in the final over 13 runs to get. And who will make it 2?
Well, a lot of pressure is out on these players out in the middle. St. Hilaire will be under extreme pressure. It certainly will be the players who can keep their nerve, really hold their heads high and really focus in. These are the persons who are going to come out winners here right now.
So if you can start the 6, that could be
Alexander starts with a dot ball, and Nicosi St. Hilaire not really looking at the ball long enough. I think he played way too early. Ball was away from him. He wants to keep his head. He wants to keep focus. I think he knows a lot hinges on him making connection and making good connection that would cement the win for the Cinnamon Pieces. Dante Alexander, under 19 player. Pressure is on. Delivers a short delivery. Really, St. Hilaire trying to reach it, but the length that Alexander has just served up, St. Hilaire has difficulty.
It is smart bowling by the young man. He's going to bowl on the off stump. He's going to bowl the line that would not allow Nicosi to make any contact whatsoever. Let's see what he does again.
This one he pulls well. Fielder making a brilliant effort, but unfortunately, really couldn't stop. This one was placed into the gap. Beautiful 4 runs for Nicosi St. Hilaire. So 3 deliveries remaining, 9 runs to get. How would Alexander respond? Pressure is on him. He will want to step up and be the bigger man here. Shot. This time Nicosi St. Hilaire cuts well. That is traveling. That is gone. That's 6 runs for Nicosi St. Hilaire.
You can ask for a better shot than that. Intelligently just moving away and just letting the ball hit the middle of the bat and just slicing it away. What a beautiful shot. 6 runs.
Well. I think that shot would have taken the wind out of the sails of the Bayleaf Blasters. That was just an awesome shot. Stood tall and really just ensured that he got enough of the bat onto it. It flew for 6. Alexander under pressure. In a slow delivery, beats the bat of St. Hilaire, and they hustle through for 1. A buy signal. Very interesting. Super over. Well, 2 to win, 1 delivery to come. Who's going to go away with it? We knew it was tense. I think everybody knew what was in the balance. And there's 1 more delivery to go that would determine where it all ends.
Well, Dante Alexander is the very first time he had went shopping down that line. So he has a lot to look for. Jaron Well, he has some experience. And I guess they'll be looking for a single. Put back to ball and see what happens.
Alexander to Noel. Slower delivery. He gets some bat onto it. They go for 1. And 1 it is. So it's all tied up here. At the end of the 10th over, it's all tied up. 99-5, the Cinnamon Pacers. What an interesting game of cricket we have here at the Last Just Playing Field. It is the Dream 11 T10 Tournament 2024. Two teams needing points to move into the top 4. They're tied.
They are tied. And somebody will looking back and say, we should have a single somewhere before we can do anything.
So it seems like we're going to have a super over. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think these two teams have really given us some entertaining cricket. From the onset, you know, you just really couldn't cut the tension.
Yes, you couldn't cut the tension. Both teams have really played some superb cricket. Cinnamon Pacers chasing and tying the scores. The Bayleaf Blasters, well, they had really bowled well. In Narayan, Pascal, they have bowled quite well, and they have given a good account of themselves. And I think this is just what good experience and smart cricket is all about. Super over to decide who goes where.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a very tactical over. It will be interesting to see who comes out to bat for the different teams. Super over it means you want your best hitters to be out there. You want to entrust the ball to your best bowler, and that bowler may not necessarily be a wicket-taking bowler, but somebody who can contain, who can really absorb the pressure that would be out there.
Yes, a bowler who knows about holding a tight economy, and let's see what will happen.
Yeah, really, one still has to wait to see what will happen here. But I'm telling you, I never saw it coming.
No, never saw it coming. I never saw it coming. I somewhere have thought that the single that Nikosi had taken to give Noel the strike, I was wondering what was it all about. Yeah, you got 2 more deliveries to go. Why did you were hitting the ball well? But cricket as it is, the game of glorious and so it is.
Well, I think he trusts his partner. He knows that Noel has the ability and can hit, a pretty decent shot. So there was no reason not to take it, just in the event that you have a situation like this. So I think it has worked out well for them that they can tie this game, and we now have to go down to the super over.
Just a little while, the umpires have been conversing the Bayleaf Blasters. They are all Saturday. 99-5, game tied. They had Blaster Base in the Spicer T10, that is, sorry, in the fourth season it is, or the third season?
Fourth season of the Dream 11.
Dream 11. Oh boy, the umpires are making their way out there. So we're getting ready for a super over.
Well, really, the pressure is on. The pressure has not let up. Cinnamon Pacers, I think they would know about pressure now, Asa. They have to use pressure to get the water around one of the sponsors of the Cinnamon Pacers, and I know that a lot of the Pacers fans will be really anticipating a victory, but the Bayleaf Blasters, they have really done well.
Mike and Narayan will take the ball, or Pascal. It's very interesting.
Yeah, big determination as to who will bowl that super over. Definitely, they have two candidates. Both of them very experienced in Narayan and Pascal. So the decision by the management will be very important.
Lifted whatever they had in water. seeing that water can be going back to be used as normal. So, Cinnamon Pacers, they have the authority.
Well, I know that the Bayleaf Blasters, they have had a start, stop, up, down. I think it has gone all around for them. And to be in this position at this time where you can go to a super over to determine who gets into the playoff round, I mean, this is really good cricket from the Bayleaf Blasters.
Phenomenal by them. Very, very good cricket. Very good, intelligent cricket played. And as I said, it's like Narayan is going to bowl that super over. I think, Pascal. It seems that Pascal is going to be bowling it. So, let's see who will come out for. They're out there. The captain, Ryan John, it seemed like.
Well, it's going to be John and Katoy. That's your two hitters coming out for the Cinnamon Pacers. And again, they look at experience, right? Katoy and John, Volcano players. You know, they have played some really high-level cricket, and so they know how to handle pressure situations like these.
I wonder if the average, if you're going to take the heartbeat of all the players outside and find the average, I wonder what it will be looking like.
Well, I can tell you, you may just need pressure tablets for quite a few of them because, I mean, this situation is really, really pressurizing.
Yes, and it's first time for most of those players to be in that situation.
So the umpires, they're just about ready for that super over. Neil and Pascal entrusted with the ball. Katoy will be the batter facing. I think everyone here, and if you're at home, you supporting any of these teams, you will be on the edge of your seat. Every delivery, very, very important. Pascal. Katoy hits well. One.
Even start.
Even start. 1 ball, 1 run. Want to ensure that the fielders are in good position. You know the batters, you know your bowler, you know what your bowler is going to be doing. You have to really be aware of it out there as the captain.
Got to get a boundary now.
John swings. They go for 1. Will they go for the second? Yes, they go for it. A fumble in the outfield. And just like that, they've gotten 2. Two runs there by the Cinnamon Pacers. So 3 of 2 deliveries. Pascal doing well so far, no boundary.
The team that could calm themselves the most. Very interesting on Saturday. You can feel the tension. Pascal. Ryan John.
Pascal in. John ready. A shot. It's down on his knees. Lifted over. Fine leg. 6 runs to John. What a shot.
Excellent shot. He was waiting, and he did wait the correct place. He waited, and he looked, and he rested his bat there. Look at that. A lot of risk in that. Beautiful shot. Well executed.
Yeah, again, Pascal just looking to keep it straight. Though might have strayed a bit, and allowing John to just lap it around for 6. Again, he goes big. This one is gone. This one is out of here. Another 6 for John. I think this is why he chose to come out. Really, 14 runs, 15 runs in this over so far from the Cinnamon Pacers.
Well, another 6 runs could mean that the Bayleaf Blasters could be well out here. This is very interesting. It's getting very interesting. Wow.
4 deliveries gone.
What a
2
shot.
deliveries remaining.
What a shot. He waited and waited. What will Pascal do this time? Will he take it further away from him?
Again, hitting well. They go for 1. And there's a fumble. And they get 2 runs. So again, the situation is really tense. The fielders, you do not want to be making these sort of blunders. You got to try to keep that ball in your hands. Keep your eyes on it until it gets in. That they don't have that opportunity for 2.
Well, it's a final delivery coming up. Would they get into the 20s? Let's just wait and see. This is very interesting. Pascal in his last delivery. Lovely sunshine out there all morning. A game tied into the super over. Final delivery.
John hitting well. 1, and they cross for 2. And they cross for 2. So at the end of the super over, the Cinnamon Pacers, they end on 19. 19 coming off their super over. And it will, in a few moments' time, be the turn of the Bayleaf Blasters to have their super over.
Well, I think 20 runs psychologically is a very good score.
I quite agree with you. 20 is definitely a good psychological score to place your opponents under.
Well, what a game we have on hand here. We have seen it in the 10 overs, and now we are going to see it in the super over. Lovely cricket.
Well, again, the Cinnamon Pacers, they take 19 off the Pascal over, and so they now have to defend 20. Very interesting. One wonders who will the Cinnamon Pacers entrust that one over to. Noel has bowled well. John, we know, can bowl well. You also have Sherman Lewis.
Can bowl well.
Can bowl well. The experienced players for the bowlers for the Cinnamon Pacers. Really, it's interesting to see who will bowl that over. Just the same, it will be interesting to see who comes out.
Well, while you're thinking, one thing I know that the umpires are going nowhere.
Well, the umpires, they're going to wait for the teams to change quickly and come back out. Meantime, those of you who need your pressure tablets, you can go ahead and have it now. This is a good time to take your pressure tablet. Try to settle down. You can get the bag prepared, do some hyperventilating, get yourself calm as possible because the tension is still here.
And Nawasad lifted the pressure on the valve, so you have enough water to drink. What a game we're going to have out of our hands here. Wow. So, have you ever thought of that game reaching that stage?
Well, I never would have imagined that we will be in this situation. You look at the game, you know it's a must-win for both teams. And, man, you have to give cricket and give these teams, a lot of kudos for the way that they've played this game, the way that they have brought the situation down. I mean, I think this might be the game of the tournament.
Definitely, that's what I'm thinking, the game of the tournament. And so far we have seen some excellent cricket played, some smart cricket played. But this game, Cinnamon Pacers, at one time, you were thinking that they were out of it. Another time, you were thinking that the Blasters, they were out of it. But here it is now. Super over, 20 runs to get. Umpires are waiting, and we are waiting. What a game at hand.
There seems to be just this calm, this quiet, everyone just waiting for the explosion to see what would happen. A lot of chatter among the teams. I could imagine the discussion very tense. You want to make sure, you want to ensure that everything goes according to plan. The fielding team, they have already set their 20 runs, or 19 on the board, 20 to win. Now it's about executing, making sure that the ball is kept in the park. Definitely. Ensuring that the fielders get it into the hands, get it back to the keeper quickly. So definitely the pressure is still on, no letting up. Cinnamon Pacers versus the Bayleaf Blasters, a do or die game.
Well, I know Micah Narayan will be one of the batters out Saturday, and he is out there. All the prayers were said, all the advice, all the strategies were given, and now it's time for execution.
Well, let's see. It's very important to see who is going to bowl that super over. John just directing the troops out there.
Shaman Lewis is heading down there.
Yes, we see Lewis heading down.
Or is it Ryan John is going to be bowling it?
Well, it seems like the captain is going to bowl the super over.
Well, I believe in the captain, you know. I have scored my runs. I'm going to defend it myself.
Well, it's I think he is doing the right thing. The captain is the man. If sink or float, he has to take responsibility, and so he's not backing away from taking his responsibility. Ball in hand. He has already done it with the bat. Definitely he knows that he can be the hero here.
Yes, Captain, the ship is sinking. Well, I don't think the ship has begun to sink as yet as he head into bowling first delivery.
John, bowling. This one hit well, and it's a beautiful start for the Bayleaf Blasters. Dylan Douglas are really powerfully striking this one. Back past the bowler, beating the man at long on and long off, and picking up a very important boundary.
Game on.
16 required, 5 deliveries to go. Can John keep them under 20? Delivery well bowled by John.
One. I don't know where he got this one in the armory, but it was there. He delivered it. What a beautiful delivery. The umpire just warning him about that danger spot in the middle. Got to keep out of it. Just slightly reminding of it. And 2 deliveries gone.
Well, tension is still here.
Cannot bowl a no ball. Cannot give away anything extra.
John to Douglas. Douglas goes, lifting this one. And it's 6 runs. 6 runs to Douglas. So that's 10 coming off 2 deliveries. 20 to get 10 more from 3 deliveries. Wow.
Game on. Game on. Oh, what a beautiful shot. He had really opened up the front foot. And he had lifted. He had gotten under it. And had really blasted it away. That's the Bayleaf Blasters.
Well, it doesn't get tighter than this.
Can we get a dot ball?
One run. Douglas taking the 1 run.
So it's 2 deliveries to get.
9 to get of 2 deliveries.
And Micah hit a 6. If you get a single, it would not be appropriate. You got to get a 6.
John Narayan. John goes.
Well, I don't think it's a bye. and it's 12. Hitting a 6 would not get them there. Oh, what a game.
Yeah, John really doing all that needs to be done to ensure that the Cinnamon Pacers, they get into the next round. I think they've done all that they should do.
Well, a 4 would not do it. And there you have it. There you have it. It was all the Pacers, Cinnamon Pacers. And what a game, Ryan, we have had here this afternoon. Very exciting, nail-biting. And we have seen everything that cricket has in it here this afternoon.
Well, what a way to end the preliminary round. For both teams, this is their final game in the preliminary round. And trust me, it has been the game of the tournament. Pressure from the beginning to the end. It has had to be determined through a super over. And I mean, the Cinnamon Pacers, I know that they would be breathing a sigh of relief that they've made it. They've played good cricket throughout the preliminaries. We've seen them. They really have a good team on paper. They can absorb pressure. But they got into a situation where they really needed to pull out the experience, and it has showed.
I'll tell you a little secret. That's just between you and I here. Now, when this Dream 11 has started, I used to be the coach of the Cinnamon Pacers, originally when it started. And this was my hand position in the finals. And I don't know why my hand position just get back in that same position right here. That's your nice secret, eh?
Well, you don't have to say more, and let's hope the viewers out there, the ears were blocked. Because if they're really reading into what you're saying, then it means that you are looking at a team that will possibly want to take this sort of momentum, take this win, and allow it to propel them to the finals. And definitely, once they get there, I think they would really relish that opportunity.
You cannot leave nothing off from Bayleaf Blaster. They had played an intelligent game. They had played smart cricket. I had really liked the way Pascal and Narayan had really bowled in that inning, and they have really played the cricket that had deserved the result that we have got here today.
Yeah, really, I think it's been a beautiful, beautiful game of cricket. Definitely the Bayleaf Blasters coming up short again, you know, but they really gave it their all this time. I think they really have redeemed themselves from, you know, that really horrible loss that they had where they were chasing 72 runs and they got only 50 or 60 odd. You know, they really came back well. This is the sort of potential that we knew that they had, but unfortunately, it didn't all string together for them. And so they would go out of the tournament, but really, they did well.
We cannot forget Heron Campbell after he was knocked down by Lewis. He came back today and batted quite well and really give account of himself. And there you have it. You couldn't ask for anything more. All kudos to the Cinnamon Pacers. I can tell you that my man of the match is Ryan John. He had bowled well. He batted well in the run chase, and he came out. He scored the runs, and he came and bowled his final over in the super over, and he won the game for Cinnamon Pacers. Well done, Captain.
Well, the Bayleaf Blasters, as we know, they batted first. They got to 99 for 7. 20 to Heron Campbell, or 14 deliveries. The next best scorer, Dylan Douglas. He had 16 from 8. Imran Joseph, 16 from 10. That was your top 3 scorers. Batting for the Cinnamon Pacers, Nkosi Saint-Hilaire, he got a top score of 26. Regis hitting 25. And then in the super over, it was the Ryan John show at the end of that super over. So, once we are just waiting for the post-match presentation. As soon as they're ready, we're going to go down to them. But I can tell you it has really been a very, very tense and interesting game of cricket here at the Las Vegas playing field. It's the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament, the 4th edition. What a game.
Excellent cricket. Lovely sunshine down here at Las Vegas.
So we still have another game on this evening. So once Kerry is ready, we will go to Kerry. All right, so it seems like Kerry is ready.
That's at the end of the exciting final match in the preliminary stage of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. Victory via the super over method for Cinnamon Pacers, who have booked their spot in the top 4 of this season's competition. First of all, we're going to have the presentation of player of the match, and that is to the captain of the Cinnamon Pacers, Ryan John. So Ryan will receive his prize from the Assistant Secretary of the Grenada Cricket Association, Cherise Noel. Ryan, a difficult one, but at the end you're able to get over the hump.
Yeah, definitely. We know how cricket plays. I mean, we have been doing not so well, but today the decider, we pulled through. So we're just grateful for that wonderful performance today.
You with talking about your individual performance now with the ball, probably had one of your better spells in the tournament, picking up 3 important wickets in that first over of yours. What was it like calling upon yourself and you were able to deliver?
Like I said to most of my friends and some of the players, I decided to take the opportunity today, put the pressure on myself and see what I can do for my team. I've been giving opportunities to other players, and I just decided today that I'm going to put up my hand, and it worked well for me today.
Now we're into the business end of the tournament. You guys are in the dance. Certainly you would want to improve the method of play you have been engaged in for the last few matches.
Yes, definitely. We're still playing a little bit scratchy, as we would call it here. But it's just about finding the right temperament and going forward in the tournament. I mean, right now we have no time for slip-ups. If you lose, obviously you're out. So it's just about going hard in and try to be consistent as possible.
All right, well, Ryan, congratulations today, and we look forward to seeing more of you guys in the knockout phase of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Now we're going to have some words with the standing captain of the Bayleaf Blasters, Micah. Micah, your guys came all the way back, but it was just a bit too much off grounds to make up.
Well, I think one drop catch, a few misfields in the field, I think that cost us the game.
You're looking back on the preliminary stage of the tournament, at the first half you just had 1 point, was able to pick up 3 in a row. Must be happy with the way the boys lifted the performances.
Yeah, I think we work on where we went wrong. We came good, we win 2 games. We come in this game on a high confidence. I think we make 99 runs. I think our bowlers could have defended that, but as I said, the one drop catch and the misfield in the game cost us the game. Although we come out to the super over, I think a bad decision in the super over, the guy who bowled the super over, I think I should have stand up and take it for myself, but at the end of the day, that's the way cricket play.
Had Campbell back for this match, played an important role. Must be happy to have the skipper back in the squad.
Yeah, and seniority in those T10 is very important. I think he did well. Had luck with him, get him to the bat right through. Was that how the game play?
All right, well, Micah, we look forward to seeing you guys. You still have a few more matches, probably in the tournament, and we could see some good cricket from the Bayleaf Blasters.
Thank you.
So that's the presentation. Victory in match number 29 to the Cinnamon Pacers. And stick around because just in a couple minutes we're going to start match number 30, the final match in the preliminary stage between the Saffron Strikers and the Nutmeg Warriors.